keep our focus on the poll-bound state of Karnataka, we have Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, who spoke exclusively to CNN News 18's managing editor Zaka Jacob on the flashpoint of Bajrang Dal Ban. And can the Congress party really defend making an announcement of this nature? Listen in.
So tell me, this promise made by the Congress yesterday to ban the Bajrang Dal, they are saying it's a extremist organization, it is a militant organization. Why is the BJP and your extended other organizations making this such a big issue in the election campaign?
See, Congress also knows very well Bajrang is not an extreme organization or a militant one. The issue is they try to satisfy the minorities, PFI and SDPI. In the real hurry to satisfy them, they have shown Bajrang Dal along with them. You can't weigh a nationalist thinking organization with the anti-national organization. See, PFI has been proved again and again. There are a lot of cases and a lot of people have been put behind bars for last so many years. That has been very clearly established. Whereas in Bajrang Dal, there is not even a single case of that sort. So it is very, very blatantly Congress has tried to lie to appease the minorities, and that's how there is a very big reaction against them. People can see through the game of Congress.
But they have today put out a list of cases that were filed against Bajrang Dal activists, even by your government, even in the last couple of years. How do you...
The nature of cases of Bajrang Dal and nature of cases of PFI and which sections are, they are totally different. Most of the PFI cases have been handling by NIA. What it means? NIA means international connections are there, terror connections are there. Show me one in Bajrang Dal. So, to ban an organization, there is a rules, and state government doesn't have a powers to ban. Bajrang Dal is in so many states. It's only the center has to do. So, Congress can never dream near anywhere to come to power. So, it's just a poll gimmick to appease minorities. It is very well established.
Well, that's the word coming in from Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, who continues to point out that this entire issue about Bajrang Dal being banned and the equivalences that have been raised with the PFI are completely wrong. You have heard the likes of Acharya Prabodh from the Congress party as well saying that Bajrang Dal may be a notorious organization but not a terror one. And this is exactly something that the BJP has been insisting, that Bajrang Dal is a cultural organization and it cannot be equated to an organization like PFI which had terror links. This entire issue continues to dominate this last leg of campaigning which is going on. We have had the Prime Minister who's spoken about this issue. We also heard the top leaders of the BJP who are campaigning in the state talking on this particular issue, and now you have the Chief Minister. Our managing editor Zaka Jacob joining us on the broadcast. Zaka, this particular issue continues to dominate the political discourse in the last leg.
Absolutely, and the BJP wants to make sure that this issue is kept alive because they feel like this is an issue that the Congress has given to them on a platter. Remember, this election so far, at least up until the last week or 10 days, it was always perceived that the Congress had an edge. But now, because of these couple of things that have happened, one, the personal attack on Mr. Modi, comparing him to a poisonous snake, and then subsequently now this proposed ban on the Bajrang Dal, I think the BJP is keeping this issue alive in a way that it sort of rallies its cadre and the extended Sangh Parivar affiliates. Mr. Bommai, the Chief Minister, speaking for the first time on this issue after this proposed ban, saying that he thinks that the Congress knows that this is an unimplementable plan, because he says that the Bajrang Dal is not an organization that's present only in one state. If you want to ban an organization that operates across India, you have to be able to have multiple state governments to ban it. And how can you ban an organization such as the Bajrang Dal when the BJP is in power in 17 states and at the center? He drew the comparison between the Bajrang Dal and the PFI. The PFI ban went through because the BJP is in power at the center, and it's the central government that moved to ban the PFI. His contention was that not only was the Congress ill-informed, but this was just an illustration, according to him, of the Congress trying to appease a certain vote bank. And of course, he also added, in good measure, the PFI and the SDPI. But I think for the BJP, this issue has come certainly as some kind of a godsend because it helps them rally the cadre. Let's make very, very clear distinction about this. most ordinary voters may not necessarily care that much about the Bajrang Dal issue, but for the BJP voters and the BJP cadre, I think this has been a sort of a rallying point for them in a way that that mobilizes them to turn up at the voting booth on May the 10th.
There was an interesting point, Zaka, that Pallavi was mentioning just a few seconds ago when we were discussing this entire issue, that there are also floating voters each time there's an election, especially the last leg of campaigning. And polarizing issues like this is exactly something Congress party needed to avoid, but they have perhaps handed an issue to the BJP on a platter.
Oh, absolutely. The floating voters, they make up for anywhere between 4 to 10%, but they are a critical factor because there are floating voters in every constituency. And particularly in constituencies where the margins are very low. For example, in the 2018 election, I believe there were about over 60 constituencies where the margin of victory was less than 5,000 votes. In that event, in those constituencies where the margins are very low, it's these floating voters who can make a difference. And for them, at least for some of them, this issue, these emotional issues, these issues which are playing on sentiment and faith and things like that, could potentially be a vote-swinging issue. Now, let's be very clear. Most voters are concerned about their daily bread and butter and livelihood issues, whether it is, whether their lives have improved in the last 5 years, if they got better schools, hospitals, etc. But there could be, 1 or 2% voters for whom these emotional issues matter a lot. And the BJP is hoping that 1% swing vote, even if that 1% goes away from the Congress and stays with the BJP, that could potentially be the margin between, sitting in the opposition and being able to come to power.
Zako Jacob getting us all the details.